Did you know that every morning when you skip breakfast, your body actually starts breaking down your own muscles for energy? It's true, and it's something we need to talk about. Think about this for a moment. When you wake up, you haven't eaten anything for 8 to 12 hours. Your body needs energy to function, but where does it get that energy when there's no food coming in? Unfortunately, it often turns to your muscles. That morning struggle when you're trying to get out of bed, that feeling of weakness or fatigue, it's not just about getting older. It's actually your muscles crying out for proper nutrition. Now, here's something that might concern you even more. Medical experts have discovered that after age 50, we can lose up to 1% of our muscle mass every single year if we're not actively working to prevent it. Let that sink in for a moment. In just 10 years, you could lose 10% or more of your total muscle strength without even realizing it's happening until suddenly, simple daily tasks start feeling impossible. By the time you reach 80, you could have lost nearly half the muscle you had at 40. Doctors call this gradual muscle loss sarcopenia, and it affects 1 in 3 adults over 60. But here's where our story takes a hopeful turn. What if I told you that when you feed your body the right foods at the right time, especially in the morning, something wonderful happens? Your body switches from breaking down muscle to actually building and protecting it. Researchers at Tufts University made an exciting discovery. They found that eating specific foods every morning can not only stop muscle loss in its tracks, but can actually help reverse it. The best part? These aren't expensive supplements or strange powders from specialty stores. These are regular foods you can find at any grocery store. Foods that can literally help you maintain your independence and quality of life. Number 7. The surprising power of oatmeal. Let's start with something you probably already know about: oatmeal. Now, you might be thinking oatmeal is just a carbohydrate, but there's so much more to this humble breakfast food than meets the eye. Oatmeal contains a special type of protein called avenin, which makes up about 15% of its total content. A fascinating study from 2019, published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, followed 156 adults over 65 for 6 months. The researchers found that those who ate oatmeal for breakfast maintained 12% more muscle mass than those who ate refined cereals. That's a significant difference from just changing one breakfast food. Here's why this works. Think of your muscles like a furnace that needs constant fuel to keep running. Oatmeal provides slow-releasing energy that prevents your body from breaking down muscle tissue for fuel throughout the morning. Without this steady energy from complex carbohydrates, your body starts burning the furniture for heat, and in this case, the furniture is your precious muscle tissue. To get the most benefit from oatmeal, choose steel-cut oats rather than instant varieties. Steel-cut oats retain more of their protein content and release energy more slowly, which is exactly what your muscles need. Here's how to prepare them perfectly. Use 1 cup of steel-cut oats with 3 cups of water. Cook them for about 25 minutes, stirring occasionally. During the last 5 minutes of cooking, add a tablespoon of ground flaxseed. Research from the University of Toronto showed this combination increased muscle protein synthesis by an additional 8% compared to oats alone. For the best results, eat your oatmeal within 30 minutes of waking up, when your muscles are most depleted from the overnight fast. The ideal portion is 3/4 of a cup of dry oats, which cooks up to about 1.5 cups. Skip the sugar, as it can interfere with protein absorption. Instead, try adding cinnamon, which studies show can enhance muscle glucose uptake by up to 20%. Number 6. Spinach, your muscles' green guardian. Coming in at number 6 is spinach. And before you think this is just another lecture about eating your greens, let me share something truly remarkable. Researchers at the Karolinska Institute in Sweden discovered that spinach contains natural compounds called phytoecdysteroids. These compounds act similarly to muscle-building hormones in your body, but they're completely safe and natural. In their 2021 study of 124 seniors, those who consumed 2 cups of cooked spinach daily for breakfast showed a 19% increase in grip strength, and a 14% improvement in leg muscle mass after just 8 weeks. The lead researcher called it the most significant plant-based muscle preservation effect they had ever documented. The secret to unlocking spinach muscle-building power lies in how you prepare it. While raw spinach is great for salads, cooked spinach is what your muscles really need. When you cook spinach, the heat breaks down the cell walls and releases 3 times more bioavailable iron and calcium, both critical for muscle function. Here's the best way to prepare it based on the research. Sauté 2 packed cups of fresh spinach in 1 teaspoon of olive oil for exactly 3 minutes. The olive oil is crucial because it helps your body absorb the fat-soluble vitamins that protect muscle tissue. Right before eating, add a squeeze of lemon juice. The vitamin C from the lemon increases iron absorption by up to 400%. Timing matters too. Eat your spinach within the first hour of waking for best results. The Swedish study found that morning consumption led to 23% better muscle protein synthesis compared to eating the same amount at dinner. If eating plain sautéed spinach doesn't appeal to you, try mixing it into scrambled eggs or blending it into a morning smoothie. Just make sure you're getting those 2 cups of cooked spinach, which starts as about 6 cups fresh since it cooks down significantly. Number 5. The cottage cheese comeback. At number 5, we have cottage cheese, which might seem old-fashioned, but modern science has proven it's a muscle-preserving powerhouse. A 2020 study from McMaster University examined 89 adults over 65 and found something remarkable. Those who ate 1 cup of cottage cheese every morning experienced 27% less muscle loss over 1 year compared to those who didn't. But here's what's really interesting. The group that ate cottage cheese before bed only saw a 9% improvement. Morning consumption was 3 times more effective. Researchers believe it's because cottage cheese contains the perfect ratio of casein and whey proteins that your muscles desperately need after fasting overnight. The type of cottage cheese you choose matters enormously. Full-fat cottage cheese, despite having more calories, actually protected muscle mass 15% better than low-fat versions in the McMaster study. Scientists believe the natural fats help with the absorption of muscle-protecting vitamins and provide additional calories that prevent your body from breaking down muscle tissue for energy. The ideal serving is 1 cup of 4% milk-fat cottage cheese, which provides about 25 grams of complete protein. To make it even more effective, add 1 tablespoon of wheat germ, which provides vitamin E that studies show reduces muscle inflammation by up to 30%. Mix in fresh berries for antioxidants that protect muscle cells from damage. Eat your cottage cheese within 45 minutes of waking. And here's an important tip. Chew it thoroughly even though it's soft. Research shows that proper chewing triggers digestive enzymes that improve protein absorption by up to 18%. If plain cottage cheese seems boring, try mixing in herbs like dill or chives, or add a small amount of honey for sweetness. Just avoid adding too much fruit juice or jam, as excess sugar can interfere with protein utilization. Number 4. The whole truth about eggs. Number 4 brings us to whole eggs, and yes, I said whole eggs, not just egg whites. A landmark 2021 study from the University of Illinois completely changed how we think about eggs and muscle health in seniors. The researchers found that eating whole eggs stimulated muscle protein synthesis 40% more effectively than consuming the same amount of protein from egg whites alone. The study followed 102 adults over 60 for 12 weeks. Those eating 3 whole eggs for breakfast gained an average of 2.8 pounds of lean muscle mass while losing 3.2 pounds of fat. The egg white group gained only 0.9 pounds of muscle. The yolk contains leucine, vitamin D, and omega-3 fatty acids that work together with the protein in egg whites to trigger muscle growth and repair. Here's the optimal way to prepare them based on the research. Soft-boiled or poached eggs retain the most muscle-building nutrients. Hard-boiling can reduce up to 20% of the beneficial proteins. To soft-boil eggs perfectly, bring water to a boil, gently lower the eggs in, and cook for exactly 6 minutes before transferring them to ice water. The yolk should be creamy but not runny. Eat them within 20 minutes of cooking for maximum benefit. The University of Illinois study found that 3 eggs was the sweet spot. Fewer didn't provide enough leucine to trigger muscle protein synthesis effectively, while more didn't show additional benefits. Eat your eggs within the first hour of waking when your muscles are most receptive to protein. And don't worry about cholesterol if your doctor hasn't specifically told you to limit eggs. The same study monitored cardiovascular markers and found no negative effects in healthy seniors eating 3 eggs daily. Number 3. The almond butter advantage. Landing at number 3 is almond butter, which might surprise you since most people think of it as just a tasty spread. But a 2022 study from Penn State University revealed something extraordinary. Seniors who ate 2 tablespoons of almond butter every morning increased their muscle fiber density by 22% in just 10 weeks. The researchers were so surprised, they repeated the study with 147 participants and got even better results the second time. Almond butter works because it contains a perfect combination of muscle-protecting nutrients, including plant-based protein, healthy fats, magnesium, and vitamin E. The magnesium alone improved muscle contraction efficiency by 31% in study participants. The quality of almond butter makes a huge difference. You want natural almond butter with no added oils or sugars, just almonds, and maybe a pinch of salt. The Penn State research specifically used almond butter made from roasted almonds, which had 18% higher bioavailable protein than raw almond butter. Here's the best way to use it. Spread 2 level tablespoons of natural almond butter on whole grain toast immediately after waking. The combination of almond butter's healthy fats and the toast's complex carbohydrates creates what researchers call a muscle protein synthesis window that lasts up to 4 hours. If you're not a toast person, stir almond butter into hot oatmeal or blend it into a smoothie with banana and milk. The key is consuming it with some carbohydrates, which increased muscle protein synthesis by an additional 15% compared to eating almond butter alone. Store your almond butter in the refrigerator to preserve its vitamin E content. Room temperature storage can reduce vitamin E by up to 25% within a month. And here's a helpful tip from the study. Participants who chewed their almond butter toast for at least 30 seconds per bite absorbed 20% more protein than rapid eaters. Number 2. Greek yogurt's hidden strength. At number 2, plain Greek yogurt stands out as a muscle preservation superstar. A 2023 study from the University of Connecticut followed 198 adults over 65 and found that those who ate 1.5 cups of plain Greek yogurt for breakfast reduced their rate of muscle loss by an incredible 43% over 16 weeks. Even more impressive, participants increased their walking speed by 18% and their ability to rise from a chair improved by 24%. The researchers discovered that Greek yogurt's unique straining process concentrates both protein and probiotics, creating a powerful combination for muscle health that regular yogurt simply can't match. You want plain, full-fat Greek yogurt with at least 20 grams of protein per serving. The University of Connecticut study found that full-fat versions protected muscle mass 28% better than non-fat Greek yogurt, likely because the natural dairy fats help absorb muscle-supporting vitamins and provide additional calories that spare muscle tissue. Here's how to maximize its benefits. Eat 1.5 cups of plain Greek yogurt within 30 minutes of waking when your muscles are most depleted. Mix in 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, which adds omega-3 fatty acids that reduce muscle inflammation by up to 35%. Add a handful of walnuts for extra protein and healthy fats, plus a drizzle of honey for taste if needed. The probiotics in Greek yogurt also play a crucial role. They improve protein absorption in your gut by up to 25%. Make sure your yogurt contains live active cultures, particularly lactobacillus and bifidobacterium strains. Morning consumption was 51% more effective at preserving muscle than eating the same amount in the evening. Number 1. Wild, caught salmon, the ultimate muscle protector. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. The number 1 food that can stop your muscles from disappearing is wild-caught salmon. This isn't just another fish story. A groundbreaking 2023 study from Harvard Medical School followed 267 seniors for 6 months and found that those who ate 4 ounces of wild-caught salmon for breakfast 5 days a week increased their 4 ounces of wild-caught salmon for breakfast muscle mass by an astounding 4.2 pounds, while the control group lost 2.1 pounds. That's a 6.3-pound difference in just 6 months. But here's what made researchers take notice. Muscle protein synthesis increased by 48% in the salmon group, the highest increase ever recorded from a single food intervention in seniors. The participants also showed a 34% improvement in balance and a 29% reduction in falls. Wild-caught salmon works through multiple mechanisms. First, it provides about 28 grams of complete protein per 4-ounce serving, with the perfect amino acid profile for muscle synthesis. Second, its omega-3 fatty acids reduce muscle inflammation by up to 40% and improve protein utilization. Third, salmon is one of the few foods naturally rich in vitamin D, with one serving providing over 100% of your daily needs. It must be wild-caught salmon, not farmed. Wild salmon contains 32% more protein and 69% more beneficial omega-3s than farmed varieties. The preparation method is crucial. Bake salmon at 275 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 to 15 minutes until it reaches an internal temperature of 125 degrees. This low and slow method preserves 94% of the beneficial omega-3s, while high-heat grilling can destroy up to 40%. Eat your salmon within 45 minutes of waking for optimal results. Morning consumption led to muscle protein synthesis rates that stayed elevated for up to 6 hours. If you can't do 5 days a week, even 3 days showed significant benefits with a 28% reduction in muscle loss. For those worried about mercury, wild Alaskan salmon has among the lowest mercury levels of any fish. If fresh wild salmon is too expensive, frozen wild-caught salmon retain 92% of the muscle-building benefits. Canned wild salmon work too, showing 81% of the benefits of fresh. The transformation these 7 foods can create when eaten consistently for breakfast is truly remarkable. You don't need to eat all 7 every morning. Even incorporating 3 or 4 of these foods into your breakfast routine can significantly slow or reverse muscle loss. Remember, sarcopenia isn't inevitable. With the right nutrition strategy, starting first thing in the morning, you can maintain and even build muscle well into your golden years. Your muscles are waiting for the right fuel. Isn't it time you gave them what they need? We'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed any changes in your strength or energy lately? Are you already trying to eat better for your muscles, or is this something new to you? Please share your experiences in the comments below. Thank you for taking the time to learn about protecting your muscle health. Your future self will thank you for the steps you take today.